All right, Shalom. Start off and say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, 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 Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Honor to the apostles, great millstone, and honor to salutation to Akim, sincere Akim, that are the hopeful elect, laboring in His truth. And this show, as you see the title, it's a morning impromptu, you know, and the topic is Babylon, you know, of course, which is America, you know, according to the Bible, is known as Babylon the Great. So it's Babylon's in shambles, and there's a lot of things that's happening, and one of the things that they're plastering over the media, which, hey, shalom to all you Akim out there, a wholehearted shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Brakathum, to the Akim and the Aqua. And the thing they plastering now all over the media is, you know, the situation that happened in Manhattan. And the first thing that came to every brother I talked to, or whatever, even reading comments in the MK Ultra, all right, MK Ultra, all right, that's all that is, MK Ultra and the smoke screens. I could have titled the show that MK Ultra and smoke screens, because what they're doing, and come on, man, these things, these so-called random acts of violence are staged on one level or another. And see, you see the you find out because of the BS that follows it, right? As far as the legislation, you know, and we know what they're trying to do, you know, basically dealing with the New World Order. They never stop with it, which, you know, ultimately leads to them having to see hip the people. So the steps that they're taking to do it is by what? Chaos, order through chaos, order ab chaos, that old saying. So they create these situations where it makes people want to vote and speak on these solutions. Your rights, and back, you know, double agents, right? But anyway, you know, you had the thing with Nero Trump and his affiliation with Epstein. You know, they keep trying to sweep that under the rug, all right? And that was blatant, a blatant, what would you say? A blatant move by them, straight up erasing, they coming back saying that there's no records and everything. Like that was blatant. It wasn't even like something that you know, because a lot of people say, oh, well, that's hearsay. No, everybody and their mama knew there was a long list. How did that list just disappear and go away? You see, that's why in Isaiah the 19th chapter, it speaks about a cruel king. Matter of fact, let me pull that scripture up real quick. But see, these things, this is what's manufactured in Babylon, man. Deceit, corruption, you know, and that's why things are in shambles. You know, when you look at the term shambles, right? I mean, it means basically things being all out of control, chaos, anarchy. That's what you have on a low level, man. On a low level, and they predicted it through a lot of these movies, and it's playing out like these movies, man. You name them: Terminator, Judge Dredd, Demolition Man, the Purge, V for Vendetta. All these movies, you know, the list goes on. Because why? Again, these are covert operations because of this devil. This is his plan, man. It's been his plan, you see, since inception, you know. But now, this is the book of Isaiah. Oh no, Salaki. I had Jeremiah, it's another scripture I had on deck. But you know, in the Bible, and at the end of the day, the Bible don't lie. Like it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, right? In the end, it shall speak. So these are the prophecies. When you see all these so-called shootings or whatever, whether some of them will be actual shootings or imagery or whatever you want to call it, right? It's all a part of this government, you know, doing away with the rights of the people and creating smoke screens. All right, they're playing on the emotions of the people. And see, and this is the devil that you're dealing with. You gotta remember, these are the people, the colonizers, it's the same devils that are in power. They're the children of the oppressors. All right, the oppressors' children are the ones that's in control, calling the shots and everything, and working this wickedness because it's in their blood, man. It's in their root, man. The scriptures say, it was in Psalms The wicked are estranged from the womb. All right. So each generation of these elite banking family devils, their whole mind is the, come up with all this wickedness, man. That's right. The water. Hey, shalom to you, brothers, man. Shalom, brothers. To Wa Baba Kwa. Okay. But that's the plan of them, because they're born. That's what these devils were born for, man. But they don't know that it's all leading up into their fucking it's leading to their destruction. At the end of the day. So now, let me just grab this up real quick. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 4 said, and going straight to it. Matter of fact, I read from the first verse. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. Right? Speaking about the Lord, Yahweh Shai. The swift cloud is speaking about the chariots. Right? The angel, with the holy angels are going to come back with the Lord in the so-called UFOs. Right? It says, and it shall come into Egypt, which this Egypt represents America. All right, you can go to Revelation, the 11th chapter, it breaks it down, and other scriptures. It says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, meaning when the Lord returns. You see, and that's why they're constantly trying to work with the Space Station X and all these different things, which they're trying to, basically trying to prevent the second coming of the Lord. They're trying to prevent Yahweh Shai's return, which we know that that's not going to happen. You see, it's not going to happen. Okay, but this is what the prophecy's talking about. It says, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, which is the spirit of America. So that's why I said America's in shambles, man. That old spirit, that proud American spirit, is no longer prevalent, man. It's old. It's a thing of the past, man. Because you got what? You got Satan divided against Satan. Okay, you got these Edomites, and look, all these so-called, even to show you that this place is a joke and it's out of here, you got all these, remember you had all these people hardcore supporting, DJ Trump, Nero Trump, right? Trump Caesar, whatever you want to call him, right? Which, come on, man, he got to be the same guy back in, Nero had, just like you got Trump Plaza hotels, you had, what was that, the Golden Dome that Nero had. So anyway, all these people that was backing him hardcore, supporting him, guess what? They all faded out. Now they all coming against him. You got people burning their MAGA hats, and these are red-blooded devils, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? These a lot of these crackers, these Budweiser drinking crackers, these Edomites, biker club, Proud Boys, or whatever group you want to put them in. You got a lot of them are turning right against Trump, man. So what you think that's all about, man? That's all about the what? The end of this society, man. The end of an age, man. All right, and that's what it is. You better get used to it, because this is it, man. The Lord is closing the curtains on this bitch called America, man. Right? So now back in Isaiah, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, which in this case is the Americans against the Americans. It says, and they shall fight every one against his brother. So we're about to witness the biggest civil war, and that's why you have civil unrest just brewing. All kind of, you got there was a Edomite, I forget where it was at. If it was in Mississippi or somewhere, or down Tennessee, I don't know where it was at. You brothers, I'm sure y'all seen it. I guess it was an Edomite couple. They came a bunch of niggas, all right. And I don't know what was said. They probably said some shit. The dude was probably drunk, had that, that MAGA pride in them, because a lot of these Edomites, they're entitled, and they've been taught and lied to that they were better than us, and they think they over you. So when an Edomite comes, and most times niggas, when Esau get a pass. But I guess Esau didn't get a pass. Whatever they did, they was whooping on Esau, right? Stomping him out and this, that, and the third. And then his woman, she got in the midst of it. Then she got two-piece, bing, bing, bing. They laid her out. I don't even know if she's dead or what. But they said out of 100 witnesses, only one person came forth, right? So, but what do they expect? What do they think the temperature of this country really is, man? Like I said, civil unrest is all around, man. And you're gonna have places where they're gonna call in the National Guards, man. All right, and they're gonna call in the military. Then eventually they're gonna get the mercenaries, man. All right, so America's gonna be a consistent bloodbath, man. Okay, a consistent bloodbath. They're sacrificing people, no matter what part of law enforcement you're in. And you're gonna have a lot of people waking up that's in the so-called law enforcement, and they ain't gonna go with it. They're gonna rebel. Military, you've been having people, because in the military, you know, especially not now in the woke age, and even before that, you got people that really see. Most people that are in the military, unless they really straight up brainwash them, they know that they just find ways to justify. They know that we murder and kill people, but it's for the price of freedom and liberating. It's the price you got to pay with war. That's what comes with. Like, people know that the United States Army, people in the military I'm talking about, they know that they some wicked, treacherous motherfuckers, man. They go out there and murder, rape, rob, and steal. Because why? That's the spirit of the devil that's on the so-called white man, Esau. So everybody knows that's what's going on. And so you're going to have a lot of the military people. That's why you think they had to come with the, what's that program? The Super Trooper program, or whatever you call it. The robot army and all that stuff. Why do you think they had to get into the automation and drones and all this and that, man? Because why? You got a lot of people, you got a split amongst the military, man, as well as a lot of these police forces. You got certain, I remember it was a town, the whole police department just quit. So you got these things happen. Like I said, the greatest time of civil unrest. So that's why I said Egyptian against Egyptian, right? Even here in the great USA, right? It says, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, right? And you got that happening big time. City against city, all right? You got and with these when the flood happened in Texas, you had other cities. Because why? Because Texas was talking about breaking off from the United States, okay? And that's another thing. Again, false flags or cloud seeding. That's all a part of it, man. They're doing these things as smoke screens, and at the end of the day, to take down these cities, man. Because in some of these cities, you got, you know, they want to enslave everybody, man. They want to turn this into the biggest slave farm ever. They don't want to have not an ounce of sovereignty. That's why they got the MOTB, and they're bringing it to where you're going to have to operate. So you're going to have to operate under what they said, under their compliance. That's what they're doing. So even to their own, that's why I said the spirit that's lifted up in them is not right, because he doesn't even show no mercy on his own devil kind, his own Edomite kind, his own cracker kind. They don't even show mercy on them, because you got certain Edomites that are just farm minding their business and whatever. They thinking that, you know, this is the American dream. No, they season on them too. That's why they do these cities. They want to create these what they call them, 15-minute cities or whatever, smart everything. All right, what's happened over there in California with all that land that they burnt down? In Hawaii with all that land that they burnt down and killed all those people down there and wouldn't let them leave. Why do you think they doing these things? Okay, see, it's a bigger thing, man. It's a bigger thing. But the thing is, the Most High said they're gonna fall in the pit which they dug. So the Lord is having them. That's why they're being exposed at all angles, man. They're getting exposed on all angles and all levels, because the Most High is bringing it to them. All right. So now reading on, it says, in kingdom against kingdom. Would you see that? I mean, how many tariffs you got? These devils keep saying they're gonna put tariffs on China. What Trump recently said, Russia got 2 weeks or else, right? All this BS. Hey, and by the way, brothers, y'all nailing it with them scriptures, man. Y'all nailing it with them scriptures, man. Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai on that. Kal Halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So verse 3, it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fell in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Meaning what? Behind the scenes. See, because America is ran through witchcraft. That's why with the so-called governing body, what, they're all guilty, man. A lot of them people was on that list that magically disappeared. Okay, and now they keep fanning the few with other MK Ultra situations and everything like that to make people forget about that. And also too, what the small hats is doing. All right, the small hats is over there. They damn near eradicated, and they're sitting there putting straight up hell upon those the Palestinians. Okay, And guess who they want to move on next? Iran. But see, the Most High is, look, the scriptures say in Isaiah the 13th chapter, the Lord of hosts mustereth to the battle. The Lord is putting stationing everybody strategically, man. Okay? Everything is, and this is all Bible prophecy. Bible prophecy, not no Quran, not no, you got all these guys, they want to sit there and have all these talk shows, podcasts, and whatever, but the thing is, they're not talking about prophecy, man. All right? The most important thing is prophecy. The most important thing is that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is returning. And you got a lot of these guys out there that claim that they're teachers, leaders, and stuff. They're not. That's what we're supposed to be doing, all right? Yahweh Shai said they are the men, the real men are, he said, they are they that testify of me. How many of these Israelites in 2025 are really testifying about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Not no Christ, not God, right? But the true names, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And there's no excuse. I mean, hell, even the internet, Chat GPT and all of them, they know about those names. It's not that the names are even hidden or secret no more. Whereas if you were to go back 40, 50 years, hardly nobody knew of those names, right? They weren't known of. Now the true names is out there, and I'm talking about for the true worshipers. All right, the true worshipers, man. But how many Israelites are out there teaching and coming and uplifting the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? That's why it's going to be a cold deal, man. It's going to be a cold deal. Okay, and that's why things that are happening in that manner. You see? Everything that's happening is all spiritual, man. Okay? And yes, the Lord is going to redeem us. We're not going to be here stuck in this fucking hellhole for the rest of our lives, man. Going through the right now, we're just going through the motion, man. We're waiting until the Lord returns, man. I mean, we still active. We doing the work. You know, we fucking go to these bullshit jobs and whatever the case is. But this world this ain't a real world, man. How in the hell do you think, why would you think this is a real world, man? You got nothing but a bunch of goddamn freakazoids out here, man. You got madmen out here. You got fucking, you can't even tell the difference. How in the hell is this a real fucking place, man? Answer me that, man. American dream? When was it ever a dream? And a dream for who? All right? Because the good old happy days, niggas was enslaved or being fucking lynched, hung, hosed down, bit by dogs. Okay? Just like now, niggas getting fucking dragged out of their cars, beat down by the cops, shot by the cops. You see? So when has it been a fucking a dream? All right? The good old glory days. When has America been great? It's only been great for what? And seeing a lot of you devils and you crackers, y'all like to sweep it under the rug, man. But that's what happened. That's what y'all did. You came here, you raped, robbed, and murdered. I see these Edomites now talking about John 10 and 10. John 10 and 10, you better apply that to yourself, man. The thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and destroy. Because that's what you did. Not just abroad. Yeah, you did it abroad, but just start here. Start here, man. You see? So yes, our Redeemer is coming back to deliver us up out of this fucking shithole, man. And this place is in shambles, man. All right, shambles. Also, when you go into the scriptures, I forget the word in Corinthians, the 10th chapter. It means basically it means like a market. All right, a meat market, a place where animals are slaughtered. All right, a place where animals are slaughtered. So you know what? America is a big fucking meat market, man. And guess what? You're the animals. Animals are slaughtered. All right, animals were slaughtered. What happened? And the animals were slaughtered because before they used to bring the animals there so they could slaughter them, sacrifice them to these different gods and everything. Well, guess what? All these people that are dying in these MK Ultra programs or whatever means they're dying and all that, that's all a sacrifice. See, it's bigger than the average person could think. All right, because y'all, no, the truth is really that simple, man. All right, the devil's in power. The people that are calling the shot, making the rules and everything, they're some wicked motherfuckers, man. They worship Satan. They're into the whole thing with the I don't know how to say it, the Mambala, all of that shit, the pizza pie people, right? The pizza, all they code words they use. Well, that's the real deal, and that's what this place has always been. It's never, right? And then you got a lot of people that know it, but they want to sweep it under the rug. But the Lord is making everything come out, man. Look, you could get rid of every Hebrew Israelite, and this devil is still going to be exposed and destroyed. Because why? The Lord said his purpose is to wipe this place off the face of the earth. And you read in Isaiah, the 14th chapter. All right, so you got this crew rulership, and like I said, it's funny how 1 minute they had all the lists, and look, there's all kind of proof. Bear with me, must hit a dead zone, but now they got it to where that list don't exist. All right, they getting ready. They trying to pardon a chick. Come on, man, that's the workings of Satan, man. They're not fooling nobody, man. But that's because this devil too, he's so self-centered. He really believes, really he's thinking, he said he's a prophet. He thinks he's a prophet. He thinks he's sent from God. Like, man, you the devil, man. Face it, man. They got you on all kind of videos with Epstein, watching them little kids doing all kind, you know what I'm saying? You caught out there. Everybody know what the hell you about, man. But now they're scrubbing it from everywhere, from the internet. That's what this devil does, man. That's what he does. Especially when it's something that puts them in a bad look. Why you think? Now they got Israelites that they infiltrated, right? So you might see them a little more, or whatever the case is. But when it comes to Great Millstone, only thing they're gonna do is sit there and lie on us, slander us. Oh yeah, they believe this, blah blah blah. They not gonna, because why? This devil, this truth, is too powerful, man. Right? What's that? Is that Hebrews? Is it Hebrews 4:12? Is it? If I'm saying it right. The word of the Most High is sharper than any two-edged sword. See, that's what we stand on. That's the power that we got. All right. That's our weapon, the spirit weapon, the truth. We have the power to speak the truth, man. All right. And these devils don't like it. That's why they don't like us teaching our people who they are in prophecy, man. Because why? Once you wake up to that, you realize that their time is up. Now you understand all the things, how the societal collapses that are happening, because this place it's never got back on its feet, man. Okay, they got some bullshit, and to show you how they put it in these people's face, because they know that the average American is stupid and they'll accept anything. All right, and that includes you simple-minded dumbass niggas out there, man, that think you know so much. But anyway, they got it. Now we all know about this bullshit deficit, right? Because a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, our tax. Yeah, get rid of the immigrants. Well, why we gotta pay for them? People think stupidly. Your money goes right straight to the fuck, which you really don't even have money, man. They done took the money out, man. How many times we go into that? But anyway, your fucking FRNs, your credits, or whatever that goes back to the Federal Reserve, man. All right? Find out, do research on the Federal Reserve. Why you think the streets in your neighborhood is still fucked up? None of the money goes back into the neighborhood. Everything gets misappropriated in corruption, because why? This is a corrupt society, as well as a feudal society as well, right? So now, with this whatever it is, 34 trillion, whatever, how many $trillion it is, now these devils, here it is, they created this debt, right? And they've been sitting there playing with it, so that's why they can adjust the rates and how the super duper hyper inflation, it's controlled. So now they're saying that you could donate to help get rid of the deficit, man, the debt. All right, they got sight. So this devil is never satisfied, man. He want to take, here it is, they take all the blood out of the body and they still looking for more blood, man. That's how these devils are, man. But hey, we're in a time where the Lord is gonna come back, man. And it's not too much longer we're gonna have to deal with it. It's just for a little longer, man, a little longer. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna get ready to end it there. It's just an impromptu. It's an impromptu about how everything that's happening is basically prophecy, man. America being in shambles is prophecy, man. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna read the other scripture I have real quick before I close out. It's in what was it at? Jeremiah, I believe. Yep, this is the book of Jeremiah. Chapter, you know what? I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "For Israel have not been forsaken." Yeah, the real Israelites. The Lord didn't forget about us. It says, "Nor Judah of its power," and that's both kingdoms, northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Even though you see, you got a lot of dates getting hemmed up, right? You got ICE. They're in full effect, rolling up, especially on the northern kingdoms, right? But that's all right, because there is an elect. Believe it or not, amongst the the so-called Haitians, there's 12,000 Israelites that's going to make it. Amongst the so-called Mexicans, there's 12,000 so-called Mexicans that are Ishmaelites that are going to make it. Amongst the so-called Negroes, there's 12,000, all right, Judites, so to speak, as well as the 1/3. I'm not discounting the 1/3, but I'm just speaking about the prophets, the governing body. The Most High has an elect, and with the rest of the tribes, the Colombians, the Cubans, the tribe of Asher, right? There's 12,000 out of all these tribes. Remember that. So the Lord is going to deliver us, even though the majority of our people are going to die here in America. There is going to be a remnant that's going to be delivered. And then our kingdom is going to be reestablished. And Scripture said all thy people should be righteous. We don't have to worry about no more grimy, low-life niggas. A thing of the past. These out of order hoes, these independent sluts, right? These wicked ass, treacherous, evil, nasty, dirty. We ain't got to worry about that, man. That curse is going to be, that's a curse. All right, the state that our people are in is nothing more than a curse. The Lord said was going to happen to our people. So the Lord is going to lift those curses and deliver us through his elect people that he preordained to be delivered, right? So now it says, though their land was filled with sin, see, because our people sinned against the Most High. That's why we're in this condition, because of our transgressions against the Lord. It says, though his land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. And this doesn't mean get on an airplane and leave America or whatever, because, first of all, it's going to be destruction throughout the whole world, all right? But when it says flee out of Babylon, meaning, mentally, but then overall, yeah, we can't stay here when those missiles hit, man. Most High's going to melt. Liquidate this whole country. America, all destroyed, but the whole of America, the scripture says, is going to be left as a desert, so to speak, for desert creatures. Because the Most High, all these buildings and all these highways, the infrastructure that we see, it said not even a blade of grass is going to be left. In Malachi, that's speaking about the thermonuclear destruction that's coming here to America, right? So it says, be not cut off. It said, be not cut off in her iniquity, because the Most High said what? Her sins have reached the heavens, speaking about America, all the wickedness and bullshit that they've been doing, right? So it says, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, all right? So we're in the time of the Lord's vengeance. The Most High is going to look, all the rape, robbing, and murdering, okay? All the blasphemous speeches these devils did, all these things, them trying to play the Most High, altering the DNA of animals, people, all that, whatever the fuck they doing to the cloud seeding, all these things at time. Look, they said sins have reached into the heavens. All right, the Most High is getting ready to judge these devils, man. It says he will render unto her a recompense. Yeah, payback. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, meaning America, that made all the earth drunken, and everybody followed America, right? The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And that's why, they all bugged out and they pissed. Everybody realizing and waking up to the wickedness of America. All right, that's why you be having these other countries, they call America out when America tried to play innocent. Right? It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. Here, the Most High is making mockery, man. There's no antidote. There's nothing that could fix the situation. These devils talk about make America great again. And look at them. They all sitting there screaming and fighting against each other, man. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse because, and in the movie came out a couple of years ago, Civil War, they showed you how basically the army's going to attack the regular so-called American citizens. All right? And then it's going to be a beef between all of the citizens and the government and each other. You see? So these times that's happening right now is going, man, we in some hot times, man. All right? But anyway, I'm going to end it there. I'm almost at the job. But Lord willing, man, you brothers stay in the spirit, man. We almost out of here, man. So I'm going to say, Kyle Halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and Shalom to you sincere Akim. Shalom.